Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight inside the USA International Speedway here in Lakeland, Florida. Monday night, time for the Southern Dirt Racing Series Street Stocks, presented by Milner Media and Design, and it comes to you live via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. What's going on, everybody? Phil LaCasse here, Jack chewing on the controls, the Phil and Jack Attack, back at you live for a Monday night. A little bit late on the delay here tonight. Usually had this show on the air about 9:15 Eastern Time, about 20 minutes behind, but there were some issues there with the iRacing simulation, so the Racing Series had to scramble to get a server up a little bit after the later time, so we adjusted for that, so appreciate you guys sticking to it, waiting for us, or just now joining in. Welcome you aboard here live to your source for esports racing. Going to be a great night, pretty good car count on hand, and it's Monday night with 3 events left here in the Southern Dirt Racing Series season number 4. Look at the top of the Trash Panda graphics point standings. Josh Peacock with a commanding lead, 60 points between himself and Jim Revis. So I believe if Josh were to hold on here for maybe a perfect attendance for the next couple of weeks, I think he could safely be crowned a champion 3 weeks from tonight here at the Lanier National Speedway. So that would be a great time indeed. So we look forward to it as the cars are in the middle there, in the middle of a driver's meeting here. So waiting for cars to begin to assemble themselves on the racetrack. Pill draw here for qualifying, as it is every Monday night. No qualifying, pill draw for heats, I should say, as we now begin to grid with our lineup for heat race number 1. We'll have 2 on the docket. There are going to be 8 laps around, and the feature tonight going to be 45 laps. The wrinkle here I'm hearing is iRacing has currently fixed the bug there with the caution laps, not counting. So I think we're going to see 8 laps of heat races all under the green. I believe 45 laps of a feature, all featured under the green flag as well. So that'll be kind of cool here as iRacing continues to adjust and expand and fix things on the dirt and going to give it a more authentic feel. And we're happy to have that here tonight as we take a look at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole with car number 18 from Bulletproof Motorsports, we find Kyle Surratt, and alongside representing HRE Motorsports with car number 926 will be Barrett Bishop. Scheduled to go off of the inside of row number 2, but I do not believe the second row in completion is going to be making a call out there. It was scheduled for the 188 of West Wigan with the number 311 of Justin Holt to the outside. I do not see either currently in the race service, so maybe go shifting back to our third row, maybe row 2, with Jason Salter in the Trash Panda graphics number 10 on the inside of the number 1 of Alex Brewer from Team Dirt Warrior Racing aboard car number 1. Taylor Frost will roll next. He is in the 14-2 with Jim Revis aboard car number 21. So if I make it right, I believe we're missing 3, so I think we have 6 out there for heat race number 1. We're scheduled for 2 heat races, so believe the race admins tonight maybe have not did the service of disqualifying themselves out of the lineup, so extra cars in there. I know Wiggins and Holt did practice here, but not making the call for the feature event. As we take a quick look-see here at our practice times to open the night, it was Jason Salter who set the quick time at our opening practice with a 26.733 over Josh Peacock's 26.752, so we'll expect that will change. The track will change. The surface will slow down over the course of the night, so we can expect to see what we normally would see here inside of Lakeland, Florida, the 3/4 mile USA International Speedway, done up in the dirt formation here inside of the iRacing simulation. Really cool. It is a really cool intermediate starter track, if you will. Is cut my teeth here in iRacing here in the street stocks. Right here on this USA International Speedway. Really cool that they brought this out in a dirt variety. It was always one of my favorite tracks for years and years with the American Speed Association. Believe you, the ARCA Series ran here back in the day as we took a look at our South Texas Speedway track backs. Jack doing a great job as always on the control, throwing some different stuff up there for you guys to see and to read. I don't always have the knowledge is going up there, but when I catch it off the side here as I follow the stream off to my right, we'll try to catch the best we can, but try to keep my sight here fixed on the racetrack because we all know Phil's not the most sighted person in the world. So we come off to number 4. We got 6 cars at the ready. iRacingIFlag.com, green flag up in the air. Let's go motoring down in turns number 1 and 2 with Kyle Surratt going to lead the way. It almost clips the opening of the wall there into turn number 1, but he'll lead him off the corner. Up high, we find the outside lane, the driver of car number 9, 26 at looks like a 9. They tell me there's a 26 on there. I've yet to find it. That's Barrett Bishop on the outside lane. First car on the low side to pass in will be Jason Salter in the number 10. Put the trash bandit machine up to second as we exit to number 4 and down this long front straightaway. Race leader going to be Kyle Surratt with car number 18. Bishop in there for 2. Salter, Brewer, Revis, and Frost. That's 6 really good shoes out here for 8 laps around. This could be a lot of fun to watch these guys over the course of the night. And it's a 45-lap feature event. I believe the caution laps do not count, so that'll be a different wrinkle that we throw in here for a Monday night. Didn't get an exposure to that last night. Also in the Chili Bowl, if you were with us over at Dirt Series for a great street stock event here, part 1 of the Indoor Nationals. We had that on display last night. It was a great show. Recommend going back and giving that a peek if you guys have not yet done so. Terrific show there last night here from the Tulsa Expo Center as we shift gears back into Lakeland, Florida. We've spent a lot of this month here in the great state of Florida. Kyle Surratt going to lead the way over Barrett Bishop and Jason Salter, who continue to be side by side. Off of turn number 4, we'll complete lap number 3. Takes a little while to get around this joint, I'll tell you. 27.4 second lap last time by for the race leader, Kyle Surratt. And said it feels like this place might as well be a mile and a half long here in the street stocks. It's by far the longest track we run here in the dirt. 3/4 mile, long way around, long flat straightaways, relatively very modest bank. I think 11 degrees in the corner. Not a whole lot to catch you. As I look at up high, here comes Barrett Bishop. It's Kyle Surratt digging on the outside lane, finding some grip up high as he looks to hold off the hard-charging Jason Salter with number 10, who has worked his way up to second. Jason washing up the hill. That may open the door for the 926 HRE machine off of turn number 2. Barrett Bishop going to work to the inside of Racing Jason as we're off at turn number 3 and 4. So they've switched lanes, but still chasing our race leader aboard car number 18, Kyle Surratt, who will exit turn number 4, complete lap number 5, and try to get away from these 2 gentlemen behind him who are racing the hell out of this place right now. Salter and Barrett Bishop. You look right behind them. You find Alex Brewer riding in line, Jim Revis, Taylor Frost on the 14-2. That's a pretty talented field if Taylor Frost is out there running in 6th, and Revis and Brewer are back there battling for position in the top 4 as we're off at turn number 3 and 4 as they get side by side. Revis underneath Brewer. Got Salter underneath, or Bishop underneath Salter off turn number 4. This is really good racing as we come to 2 laps remaining here around this 3/4 mile Lakeland, Florida, U.S. International Speedway. Great you guys have joined us here tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Love these street stocks, my favorite cars to call on iRacing, and USA almost provides a pretty good race, I should say. I bet we'll see a lot of good stuff here tonight from the gang here at the Southern Dirt Racing Series. We always do. Monday night's always a good time. Love coming out here, hanging out with the boys as we see the white flag come out from the starter stand. One more trip around. We've got Kyle Surratt now leading Barrett Bishop, who's worked his way up to second. And does he have time to maybe make a run at the race win? Because we are off turn number 2. We're going to be about a half a lap away from seeing this one conclude. Bishop washing up. Here comes Salter back on the outside. Outside's coming in here early. Salter going to make the way around, put him up to second, but it's going to be a little bit too late to run down for the win, because off turn number 4, checkered flag goes in the air, and Kyle Surratt said the boys will be chasing him here tonight. He picks up the win in heat race number 1 over Jason Salter, Barrett Bishop, Alex Brewer, Jim Revis, and Taylor Frost. That's how they'll come across here to complete heat race number 1. And it's so good to have you aboard here live on Full Velocity. Got to say hello to all of you out there through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. If you guys out there listening, you like what you see, love what you hear, love the way that we present this, want to support the Full Velocity Racing Network, the best way to do so is via Stars donations. If you're out there watching on Facebook, they help us keep our broadcast rates low. They keep us accessible. They keep us out here night after night. Let us go to as many places as we possibly can and highlight not only the best in sim racing here at iRacing on the dirt, also in the pavement. And yes, we even go back and do broadcasts from time to time over in NASCAR Racing 2003. Yes, we still live there as well. So we like to be versatile here. We'll go anywhere that these great leagues and great people will have us, and wouldn't have it any other way. Here we hang out night after night here on the Full Velocity Racing Network as we look at heat race number 2 rolling itself out onto the speedway now, and we got the Tubs, Charlie Milner, scheduled on the pole. But I don't believe Charlie's coming racing, because he is the head guy in charge here the Southern Dirt Racing Series. I gotta say, him and Justin Gledhill do a terrific job with this series. Always a lot of fun. I believe by default that's going to put John Wilson, the number 75, on the provisional pole, with Marcus Brown in the 725 to his outside. Daniel Worthington and Travis Montgomery, I believe, are going to make up row number 2. I believe Dan's out there with us this week. Yes, he is. We got Josh Peacock out there with car number 61 with the number 71 of Dan Stifler to his outside. David Blackberg, the number 16, the Dirt Warrior. He is flanked by Joshua Ely aboard car number 09. So I think we got the call out there for, made the call for 9. When we exclude Tubbs, I think it's 8, and I think we got all 8 out there, so I believe. See, I can count.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we had all 8. I can count. Imagine that. Numbers of work for Phil tonight. That always makes us happy. Is I want to say, hey, looking over here to Facebook, I've seen guys like Mike Marsh checking in, Chris Trudeau. Good to see you guys out there. Hope you're still with us. Hope you'll enjoy what we have to offer here tonight. See, buddies like, say, Dylan Hudson was out there. Eric Eichstadt was out there watching. Trace Williams. My buddy Joe Towinski out there from NR 2003 was also out there watching. Hope Joe's still out there listening. Good to see Joe's name out there. My new Facebook buddy as of today, a guy we've known here for a little while for the Fast Racing League over in NR 2003. So cool to see the group and the gang all checking in through Facebook tonight. Hope all is well. Everything is great and peachy here and ready to lock and load for 8 more trips around the USA International Speedway. And to this place always brings some good racing as the iRacing.com page truck is in. Let's go under the iRacingIFlag.com green flag. And that was kind of a shaky start right there, but John Wilson going to be the first to jump the gun here as he'll work the way down to the turns over 1 and 2. And this one may get dicey quickly because, you know, Wilson up there, Worthington going to start in the second spot there. Montgomery was up there, Marcus Brown. So these are names we don't normally see start, running up to the front here. So hopefully they'll put a good run together. We root all these guys on, but obviously new names up front, new winners always make for a great time. But we complete lap number 1. The race leader is car number 725, Marcus Brown, leading the way. We see Marcus out there all the time, out through Facebook as well. Good to see him out there getting after it. Montgomery, Peacock, Joshua Ely now from the back, now up to 4th, and may look for more as we're nose to tail down in turn number 3. Marcus Brown leading the way, and Josh Peacock will run him down. Josh, the series points leader by a good clip. Travis Montgomery there behind as well in the 45. It's a 45, the 61. We'll go door to door down in turns over 1 and 2. 2 laps complete. 8 making up heat race number 2. Then we'll roll straight into, I believe, our main event that should be coming up next for 45 green flag laps around. That's always cool to see what we can simulate things now on short track racing like a weekly series we would do, not counting caution laps. I think it's a really cool feature that iRacing has put in. Glad to hear all the bugs maybe coming out of that as well. That's just really neat that we can have an authentic feel here every night. So we get yellow flags. You don't have 30 laps of a feature event taken up under the caution flag on a bad night. Really cool idea for these guys to do as we come off turn number 4, or turn number 2, I should say, and Marcus Brown continuing to lead the way and doing one heck of a job out there on the 725, holding off the legs of Josh Peacock and Travis Montgomery, who stay side by side. through turns number 3 and 4. Peacock down low, Montgomery up high, Marcus Brown. Yeah, boy, for him so far, leading the way. 2 car lengths, the advantage over this duo running back here for second, and now making a 3-car battle. Here come Mr. Ely in the 09. Josh Ely will put his way into the mix as well, potentially 3 wide off the corner. But Peacock and Montgomery locked in a dead heat right now. Marcus Brown, I'm rooting for Marcus. He's our buddy. He's out there in Facebook Live every night. We go out there with us. I'm going to root for Marcus to pull down a win here in the heat race number 2 as he washes up the racetrack a little bit. That may open the door for the 61 to vacate that premise on the inside lane. Josh will do right that. And here comes Josh Ely, even slower. Almost 4 wide there off turn number 2. This could get dicey quick as Marcus keeps that loud pedal buried to the floor. He'll carry the 61 off of turn number 2 down the back chute into 3 and 4. We'll see what's going to prevail here inside versus high lane as we come to the signal for 2 more trips around. 2 laps to go in our final heat race of the night. And look at Marcus getting it done up there, boy. Go get you some. Hold it off. One of the very best of the street stocks. So Josh Peacock down low aboard car number 61. Travis Montgomery going to make a shot up to the middle. They're going to bounce off each other. Travis gets really squirrely, holds onto the race car, but going to lose that 3rd spot to Josh Ely as we now 3-car race into turns number 3 and 4 as we come to the white flag. There was so much drama left to build here. Peacock and Brown going to be in a dead heat past the start-finish line. Give that lap also to the 725, a 61 car glued to the low side. Through turns number 1 and 2, can Marcus Brown hold on, steal a heat race victory from a guy who has just won a lot here recently? Guy we talked to even as recent as last night, Josh Peacock with car number 61. We got David Blackburn going to make it a 16. Where did he come from? Throw his hat in the ring here for a potential race win. Drag race down the front chute. Marcus Brown going to take down the win in heat race number 2. Josh Peacock for 2nd. Josh Ely 3rd. David Blackburn with a late move. He'll grab 4th. Travis Montgomery, Dan Worthington, Dan Stifler, John Wilson will round out our 8-car field there. That was terrific racing. Looking forward to what the feature event is going to hold, which is a couple minutes away. So before we get feature racing, what do we say? We take this thing and we'll throw it trackside. We'll pay honor to the greatest nation in the world, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Their car involved. Got hit in the right side.
All the tires are up. I just could see out the doors, so I know the doors missing.
All right, bud.
+60 drivers, 2 nights of racing, 2 different racetracks, one on the dirt and one on the asphalt, 2 different styles of racing. The iRacing High Flags Doomsday 200 will separate the ones who can handle the pressure and the endurance of being in a race car and doing what it takes to win, and the ones who will crack. 100 laps at Knoxville Speedway and 100 laps at Daytona Superspeedway, making this truly 2 days of hell for the drivers. You might be good on dirt, or you might be good on the asphalt, but only the strong can handle the stress of racing in both. So, can you handle the iRacing iFlags Doomsday 200? Well, that's a question we're all asking ourselves. Can you? The iRacing iFlags Doomsday 200 is coming, people, and it will be a fight to survive.
Back here live inside the U.S. International Speedway. Got to thank Kevin Dedman, Dirty Grass Soulful, playing our national anthem. Got to thank Charlie Milner for our great graphic and video work there he did with that national anthem. And thank all you guys for tuning in. And hope you guys checked out our latest news from our buddy Jeff over at iRacingIFlag.com. The Doomsday 200 is coming very soon. I'm not sure if I can officially say dates yet, but they're only a couple weeks away. We're going to have race on the dirt, race on pavement. Going to be a 2-way double header, a big challenge race. And as Jeff said in that great voice, only the strong will survive. Cannot wait till that awesome event, the Doomsday 200, being put on by our buddy Jeff Brown over at iRacingIFlag.com, as we turn our attentions to our feature event here tonight from the Lakeland, Florida, USA International Speedway. Let's take a look at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup here for 45 trips around on the pole. With car number 18 will be Kyle Surratt alongside our Heat Race 2 winner with car number 725. That'll be Marcus Brown. In row number 2, the number 10 Trash Panda Graphics Machine for Jason Salter. And alongside of him, our points leader coming into the evening aboard car number 61. Of course, that is the incredible Josh Peacock on the outside of row number 2. Barrett Bishop starts third. He is in car number 926 with the number 09 of Joshua Ely to his outside. Row 4, the number 1 is Alex Brewer, flanked by teammate David Blackburn, the Dirt Warrior, aboard car number 16. The Evil One, Jim Revis with the Evil One Graphics, car number 21, starting off in position number 9 with Travis Montgomery alongside. He is in car number 45. The 14-2 will start in position 11. That is Taylor Frost. Next door to Taylor will be car number 13. That'll be Daniel Worthington. Scheduled to go 13th, though I don't think he's going to be there, was Wes Wiggin. Dan Stifler will start next season, car number 71. I believe the last car out on the grid will be the number 75 of John Wilson. So I believe we're going to have, 16 drivers? 13 drivers. Oh, wow, 13. No Stifler either. Missing Dan. Oh, yeah, Dan completely... Oh, the aliens got Dan. Somebody say Mr. Stifler. Hope he's all right. No, he was having wheel issues here over the last couple of weeks, and now the aliens may have taken Dan Stifler. So, Dan, I hope you're out there listening to it all as well. Please check in. Do not wish those alien abductions on anybody. If Gomer is out there, wherever he is, please be good to our buddy, Mr. Stifler. That's just not cool. Off of turn number 4, believe we're about a half lap away. We're going to get the 1 to go signal this time off the quarter. Hope you guys are tuned in, rested up, ready to unload a flash of fury and speed and excitement that only you get here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Phil LeCast, Jack Truan in the house. Going to be a great week here on the network here. Going to be a quiet night tomorrow night, which I guess I guess this week is kind of a typical thing here, is the excitement builds for all the buddings of what's coming up later on this week. Wednesday night street fights will roll live from a Dirt Warrior Racing League coming up on Wednesday night. Thursday, we'll be over at Team VLR for the Throwdown series there, the opener there. Throwback series, Throwback series. Thank you, Jack. Can't English here, obviously. Throwback series of VLR beginning here on Thursday night. We'll be there for that. And we have a great weekend in store, as well as off turn number 4, the iRacing, iFlag.com green flag falls on top of Lakeland, Florida, in car number 18, Kyle Surratt will be the first driver to hit us here in turn number 1 and 2, and he will run the low line. Marcus Brown up high, trying to hold toe at the 725. He'll lose second to the inside lane. Jason Salter will jump into the second spot as we exit turn number 2 and down the back chute into 3. Salter down low. Brown up high. Josh Ely in the 09 looking to work through the middle, as is the 61 of Josh Peacock, as they'll fall back to 2 wide off of the 4th corner. See if anybody can chase down car number 18, Kyle Surratt. I'm telling you, I talked to the boys briefly during our little delay here, waiting for a race server to get launched. And we had a big wreck over 3 and 1 and 2. Wreck, yellow. Hard-ass racing. Did I hear turtle? What happened right up front? Peacock, Ely. I saw Taylor Frost's car take a wild ride. Yellow flag on the speedway. We've completed 2 laps here in Lakeland, Florida, and the cautions are not going to count tonight. All right, there you go. So if Jack put that live out there, Ely into Brewer. Got Peacock involved, and it just a little mess over there. Inboard in corners number 1 and 2. We play the 4 corners game. We'll slow it down. Yellow flags on the Full Velocity Racing Network, as always, presented by Team Hard Motorsports. In our Full Velocity Instant Replays, presented by J Max Journeys. Check out Jonathan's Journeys today. All the great stuff. Apparel over there. jmaxstrong.com is where you can find them and follow that terrific journey. Also check out the Modern Gamer on Facebook as well, as they let Jonathan get out there. The hand controls there for him to play out there in Wreckfest time to time. And that's a lot of fun to go out there and watch him play. Hope he is doing well. We'll have to check in here with the gang over there. Got to shout out to our buddy Tim Cummings at CCM Custom Designs and Engraving. He's the one who led us over to jmaxstrong.com, and we do appreciate that. But we do have caution flag laps counting. So I guess that was maybe not completely fixed, or just maybe something that they said they were going to try it. Okay, so I guess we're going to go normal stuff. 45 laps will be normal. No caution laps, I guess, will count now, putting 4 on the board. So I guess that's something here we just kind of missed. But hey, you know what? Tubbs and Glen Hill, they do a hell of a job here. Monday night is a great feel, a great crowd. They come over here, they race hard. For the most part, they race clean. And I'll tell you what, these guys, for putting their first crack out together with the Southern Dirt Racing Series, taking over now in season number 4 from Jacob Lassiter, who I believe was the guy in charge of her 3 seasons. I say Tubbs and Glen Hill have done some yeoman's work getting this thing all kind of pointed in the right direction. The future is bright. We'll hope they'll have us here for a long time to come. This is one of my most favorite series to come out and broadcast on a weekly basis. As the lights, I believe, they are out. We're going to go back to racing next time by Kyle Surratt, Jason Salter, Barrett Bishop, Marcus Brown, and now Jim Revis will restart inside the top 5 in car number 21. Good call to go on a Sheffield Graphics onboard camera. Take a look out the front of Jim as we go under the iRacing, iFlag.com green flag. We'll roll it down with turn number 1 and 2. Kyle Surratt this time will lead the way, but Jason Salter is up high. And we know Racing Jason knows how to use the outside lane to his advantage. As we come off turn number 2, 10 car got that big motor digging on the outside lane. No surprise at all. Salter was one of the best up top. Surratt, one of the best down low I've ever seen. And then you get a guy like Barrett Bishop behind, who is fast in any lane, in any car you put him in. The 926 will run third. The race is for 4th back here as well. Marcus Brown on the 725, holding off Jim Revis. Jim will rig a 21 car to the bottom, put Revis now up to the 4th spot. Brown will go up high, and here comes Josh Peacock, who's got the 61 strutting. He's around the outside as well, and he is starting to make his presence known. The points leader coming into tonight over the 21 car of Jim Revis. So Jim needs to get away from a 61 and maybe pray Josh has a little bit of a hiccup here tonight if he wants to gain any points, because we got 2 races left to go in the series. As we had a couple cars come together off the exit of turn number 2 again, but they've kind of kept it all straight off of 4 there. They were all kind of swirly We're still straight. Surratt leads. Now Bishop underneath Salter. That's the race from the position number 2 as we exit now with the turns number 1 and 2. Is Phil trying to catch up here. Going to put 8 laps to conclusion. We're on a third 4 this time. 8 laps of 45 going up to the scoreboard. Kyle Surratt leads the way over this tandem race for second. Salter up high. Bishop down low. Looks like Barrett may win the spot off of turn number 4. Then you look right behind. Well, here comes that large and in charge number 61 of Josh Peacock showing the way there. Jim Rebus now up to the 4th spot. What happened to Peacock there? My scoring all screwed up? He's in 6th. Wow, my scoring was a mess there. Had me scored Peacock in 4th. No, he's back there in 6th. Rebus currently running in 4th. All right, maybe refresh that widget. That certainly didn't work for me. But yeah, Marcus Brown doing a heck of a job. The 725 stays in the top 5. And I believe that was a 7 car who may have just had a kiss to the outside wall off of turn number 2. So he may lose a spot or 2 there. His track's getting really dusty. And see if we can zoom these cameras in a little bit as I'm kind of feel like I'm 2 miles away as the dust flies. Car's getting a little bit more invisible to see to me in the middle of the corner. So we'll see if we can get that shaped out. We'll continue to race it up for the 2nd spot there between Salter and Bishop, who have changed lanes. Barrett up high. He'll make a little bit of kiss to the wall there through turns 1 and 2. Maybe looking for a little grip up there as the HRE 926 will just keep it digging to the high lanes down low as that trash pin at number 10. And a few car lengths behind them, well, you find the evil one. Car number 21, Jim Revis. If I don't remember correctly, sure if he won here last week or the week before, but it wasn't much too in the recent memory that we saw Jim in victory lane. Jim Revis. Yeah, Jim Revis. I'm not going to call him Revis. We'll leave that for our buddy Katie. That's their joke. I'm not going to steal her thunder and just get her away. But yeah, she'll like that one as well. Jim will have a chuckle on that one later. Hopefully a chuckle. He may shake that finger at me too. Don't want to get on his wrong side. It's one of the few guys in the community where a stern talking to may scare me a little bit. Well, let's race for the lead as Jason Salter has found his way to the low side of Kyle Surratt as we're in turns number 1 and 2. Now 13 laps will be up on the scoreboard. Next time by 18 versus 10. I think these guys have all just a veteran of racing all around each other. You see the respect they have. They run the heck out of these racetracks, and they're doing one heck of a job as we're door-to-door off of turn number 4 for the lead. We're door-to-door for 3rd with Barrett Bishop and Jim Revis. So put 4 cars under a blanket. They've kind of run away from race back here for 5th, where we find Josh Peacock now running in the 5th spot with Alex Brewer, Taylor Frost. Up around Marcus Brown. Josh Ely has returned back in the top 10 of the 09 after an early incident. We'll see if Josh can't come back forward aboard car number 09. He had a good piece of qualifying in the heat as well. Saw 1 car pull behind the wall. Believe that was a 13 of Dan Worthington. So it looks like Dan will pull it to the side. Maybe work his way. I know he was been doing some scouting some for the administration. So we'll have to wait and see as a race for the lead continues on now off of turn number 2 is Salter and Surratt. Nobody giving an inch there, but Surratt will take it up high. And look at them on the outside lane is beginning to get up there. So we'll wait and see. Kind of a switcheroo. Kyle, usually we see down low, and Jason up high and 3 wide. Up through the middle. Barrett Bishop took a peek, but I think they just got squeezed out of room. But it was a hell of an idea trying to make it happen through the middle. He washes himself off the racetrack, opens the door for the 21 of Revis to fill his gap to the inside. But here comes Barrett once again. He is found running room under the 18 as they'll lean on each other over in turn number 3. New race leader is car number 10, racing Jason Salter, but for how long? Surratt want to fire back. Bishop's got thoughts of it as well as Surratt and Bishop make a little crossover switcheroo. Barrett now up high. Here comes Surratt back to the low side, and Kyle may even make a run for the race lead off the exit of turn number 2 as he put the right front tire right up in the left rear of a 10 car. Wasn't enough to get him there. I think that was enough to maybe impede the run for the 18, allowed the 9 car back on the outside as this is a great race. Low side is good, high side is good. Not seeing anybody make it up through the middle yet. But if that middle and slider line begins to open, it's going to get exciting here late. It's already exciting. Salter leading the way. Surratt's down low. Salter staying up high. Jim Revis is there in the 4th spot. His top 4 had run away. And we're 3 wide behind them for 5th. We take a peek back there. Josh Peacock, Alex Brewer, and Taylor Frost. For a brief second, I kind of caught out of the exit of the corner. They were all 3 wide. They're still 3 wide. Good race going on for the 5th spot off of turn number 4. Frost, Peacock, and Brewer No surprise, Alex right in the middle of a sandwich. The 14-2 of Frost down low. Peacock up high. Oh, looks like Taylor had to lift on him. He almost had a date with destiny in the inside wall there at the entrance to turn one. That wall could jump out and bite. He had to lift the throttle. Peacock will go back around. Brewer back around the outside. So what was a three-way battle now was kind of sorted itself out. As let's take a peek back up for the race leaders. We're going to complete lap number 19. So what are we? We're getting close to halfway. 45 laps distance. So about a lap or two away from being halfway home here for our feature event for the Southern Dirt Racing Series. Street stocks that are here every Monday night. Gotta say hey to our buddy Caleb Ramsey out there saying, get it, fellas. I'd say they're getting it, dude. This is a dang good race. Especially we here, Caleb. You're always out there now with the other street stocks. Always love watching you battle, dude. Hopefully see you back over here with the Southern Dirt Racing Series here rather soon as we race off turn number 4. Surratt and Bishop and Salter continuing. Wow, is that Bishop now with the race lead? Sure is. Car number 926 has worked over the racetrack from both lanes and now has found himself to the top of the heap. Now 20 laps complete, racing a lap number 21 as we speak. 926 car from HRE Motorsports. Barrett Bishop running up high. Here comes Salter. Trash Panda Graphics, car number 10. That thing is digging tonight on the low side. Looks like that run up high so far is working out. And what do you guys think? If you're out there watching, if Caleb's out there, I see Eric Brewer was out there. What do you think? Is the top lane going to stay dominant? The inside going to come in? Will the slider line come into the second half of this race? Will we see more fireworks than we're seeing now? And these guys putting one heck of a show on. Guys like Caleb were out there night after night in these cars. What do you think? Eric Geitstadt's out there as well. And Eric says top fast if you use it all right. Okay, I got you there. Yeah, top line definitely the place to be. But is that low side going to come back? Is it going to be sliders? Or are we going to see a racetrack that stays top lane dominant as we come off turn number 2? Now halfway home, 23 laps will be complete this time by 45 laps. The distance, Bishop continuing to lead, and Jason Salter keeps trying that gamesman challenge to the low side. Look right behind him, Jim Revis is digging too. The number 21 trying to work his way down with some kind of grip, maybe throw himself up there. Maybe a drop kick for the race lead, but here we go. Bishop leads the way, and he's pulled 5 car lengths on these fellas off turn number 2, so Barrett's got a good piece. We know that. Surratt with a good piece now and a move on the outside, and also Revis around Jason Salter, so inside lane going away is beginning to come in, and the 10 car just have a really rare mistake because Jason doesn't usually make a mistake here at any racetrack we see him. I know he's been running a lot of different cars and had a little bit of a time away, but I don't think a guy like him would be too rusty. Maybe that's a slip up there. Going to put the 10 car back to 4th as we now head it, single file for the top 2. Revis and Salter continue to battle it out for that 3rd spot. Just taking a little bit of a brief look back here for what's going on behind them for 5th on back. Josh Peacock leads the 5th position with Alex Brewer, Taylor Frost, David Blackberg having an off night. 7+ seconds off the race lead. Blackberg running in 8th. Josh Ely running 9th. And Marcus Brown, he pulled the big win here in heat race number 2. He currently rounds up the top 10. Travis Montgomery, John Wilson rounding out our field here. 12 cars. Dan Willington was out there to start with 13, but he has pulled himself behind the wall. So 12 still out there, and the story has been the good racing going on up front. But it's kind of quieted itself down as we passed halfway now. Barrett Bishop opening up the lead, and call that, what about 8-10 car lengths as we work off turn number 1 and 2. The interval on the racetrack was just about 0.6 of a second last time by. We'll monitor this time what it might grow to. 1.4 seconds back, and we find Jason Salter and Jim Revis, who continue to have maybe the best race on the speedway. That's for the 3rd spot. Let's come off turn number 4. Let's see the lap time here for the race leader at the line. Barrett Bishop, as he'll clock in 28.033. Kyle Surratt behind him, 28.310. So that's just about 0.3 of a second in the pickup. Now the lead almost up to 0.9 of a second as Bishop continuing to motor away. Salter has put Revis to bed for now. Put Jim now up to 3rd. Can maybe Jason Salter regroup? Surratt comfortably running in 2nd as we are back here. But Jack's telling me we got racing going on for 5th. Let's go back there and pick up the action. We find Peacock, Taylor Frost now starting to mix it up again in the 14-2. And Alex Brewer in that number 1 car as we look over off the exit of turn number 2. And looks like who just hit the wall there? Peacock hit the wall. Brewer hit the wall. Peacock going to lose the spot to Taylor Frost. Put the 14-2 now up to 5th. So Taylor finding some magic late as we're going to eclipse number 30 on the board this time. So going to be 15 laps remaining. Can anybody chase down our race? Barrett Bishop with car number 926 is out, and he is running. So I'll take a peek, see back over to the chat. We got Brandon Iao out there. Top will be fast. Bottom might come in late. I'm hoping so. Fingers crossed the bottom comes in from Caleb. Top side is super fast, too. Yes, it really is. It's dominant right now. But Surratt was able to chop in 0.2 of a second last time by 27.96 versus Barrett Bishop running at 28.15, 28.16. So Surratt a little bit quicker. The race for third right now is being won by the 10 car of Jason Salter. Him and Jim Revis have had a really ferocious battle going on all night long amongst themselves. Now that is for the third spot. Looks like Salter may have won over the battle for the time being, as now we start approaching here almost 10 laps remaining, 31 laps to complete. Top 4 have run away. Frost out to 5th, and now a late race yellow. Going to throw a monkey wrench into the equation. Yellow on the speedway here on lap number 31. Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag number 2 of the night. And that'll bring us a J-Max Strong, J-Max Journeys. Velocities to replay for the 725 of Marcus Brown, who did the spin-a-rooney all by his lonesome, and that means that is time for the full velocity selfie stick for Marcus Brown. He wanted more TV time. The win in his heat race wasn't enough, so everybody stand back, give Marcus a stick, and everybody say a collective, hey! That's our Full Velocity Racing Network selfie stick. You go around by yourself. We're going to highlight you. We're going to give you the big old hey. That's going to be a symbol here, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Take that for what it is. If it sticks, it sounds like that may be a buzzing. I needed some kind of material to keep up with who's it going to be. I mean, Todd's the guy with the catchphrase. Everybody loves Todd. We're going to see if that catches on as we see Lassiter said, yep, Jake, we needed a caution. Well, there it is. Kind of bunch him back up. The race has been superb. Caleb gives it a collective hey. We're going to market that, we're going to throw that. Thomas is going to make a design with a selfie stick and the word hey. We're going to throw that Full Velocity t-shirt here soon. We'll see if that one will stick, and you guys will maybe support and get behind that one. Phil needs everybody needs a gimmick. We try to, bring it to you every night, being the best of the best of what we do here on online sim racing broadcast here with Full Velocity, but we're going to try. Did you say a cane? And 3 mice. Now, that's my race car. How dare we put a cane and 3 blind mice on it? You had to go there, Jack. You had to. Why, he's the head jackass. I tell you what, Jack Truman doing the brilliant job he always does, manning the controls here with the Full Velocity Racing Network. So sometimes I almost feel naked when I got my partner Todd. And at least I have a Todd here every night, at least one day, if it's Mr. Truman or Mr. Stanton. Love them both to death. They do a great job. Love what we do here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Caleb says he got his FERN shirt. We appreciate that, dude. Thank you for all the support. And we're going to release a new wave here really soon as things kind of calm down on a couple of ends here. I know Todd's been working behind the scenes a little bit when he can on the store. Though he's been really busy with the real life stuff. And as busy as our schedule is at the Full Velocity Racing Network here in the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been a whole lot of downtime to catch up on things like a store or a website. Lucky you and keep up with a schedule on a daily basis. But breathing. Breathing's a good thing, too. They don't say I do that enough. Let's go back to green here at the U.S. International Speedway where Barrett Bishop, Kyle Surratt. Let's go 4 wide. 4 wide, 4 wide. Anybody see the Biffle video? We'll steal the 4 wide scream anytime. How's that? I'm a material ripper. I'll take it if I need to. Surratt and Bishop, they're going to race for the lead, but they stay 3 deep through turns number 3 and 4. 3 deep's going to work. 4 wide, they say, works. What do they say about 5 wide? Lasts about 6 feet. So they'll stay 3 deep. I think that's probably the safest bet to be. Somebody's up on the wall and made a big ride. I think it may have been Peacock of a 61 that was doing a little wall riding over there. Had 2 wheels up in the air. Well, that's not a way to make a car go fast. Thought you need 4 tires on the ground to get some traction out there. What are you doing, Josh? As we exit turn number 4, we're going to complete lap number 37. Surratt versus Bishop. That's where the race for the lead is currently. And I agree. Jacob Lassiter saying we needed a yellow to make it interesting again. Well, we certainly picked the pace back up on a yellow. Barrett Bishop under assault now from Kyle Surratt as Kyle continued to work over the inside. Good racing going on for Thrown On Back. Jason Salter and Jim Revis, they have been adversaries all evening long, and they'll continue to battle it out for the third spot. And Revis right there now running back and forth. And Revis now, who's underneath him? That Taylor Frost, the 14-2 to the inside. So Taylor making some waves in the top four. I'm rooting for that guy to get a podium. I want to talk to Taylor Frost here tonight. Come on, Taylor, do what we can. Get in the top three. Tell one of these top three up front to make a mistake. But Jason Salter looking now to work to the low side. He'll dive under Kyle Surratt. He'll make a shot at Barrett Bishop for the race lead. I think that may come up short. I think it's going to take an abrupt slider to make it happen. I think we're really going to need that to work in. Eddie Casto out there saying, give him hell, Taylor. I'm a Taylor Frost fan. I'll tell you what. Really can't wait to have my first talk with the guy. Really, he's opened my eyes. I love that whole scheme. And I thought of the 14-2. Called it the 142, and he got on me, said 14-2. And if you got the stones to come at me and tell me to get it right, I like it. That's what Taylor did. We'll get it correct. The 14-2 running into the ranks of the top five and maybe looking for position number 4 as we are 5 laps remaining. That full fist of knuckles goes down. The fingers outdone. We got 5 more trips around the 3/4 mile U.S. International Speedway left to go. And it's a battle for the lead between Barrett Bishop and Kyle Surratt. And I tell you what, I thought in that green flag run, the way the 926 was really rolling the corner, I didn't think anybody had a chance. But Mr. Surratt, who, like we said pre-race, he said these guys will all be chasing him tonight. Well, he's making a pretty good effort on the low side as he'll try it again over in turns number 1 and 2. And gets a pretty good run that time. Barrett running up high as they pull dead even off the corner. It's just the momentum the high lane has right now is really doing a heck of a job keeping that motor digging. We know HRE brings some good power to the house with these street stocks. And Barrett will carry it off turn number 4 with the race lead. Surratt still down low and looking to run up high now for Jason Salter. Thought he may pick the outside lane as well. I thought that may be enough to bring him to the outside of the 18 car. Maybe not enough. No, you noticed that too, Jack? Surratt and the cone. Cones matter. Cone's lives matter. All lives matter, especially the cone. The cone didn't do anything to anybody. And Kyle keeps destroying it. Come on, Surratt. We're going to ask about that here in the post-race show. If he ends up in the top 3, we're going to talk about the old cone. Poor thing. God, everybody has an issue, I guess. But we got 2 laps remaining. They are off the exit of turn number 2. Bishop, Surratt, Salter there running in 3rd. The race for 4th is a pretty sporty one as well. Jim Revis has dropped back to Taylor Frost, Alex Brewer, Josh Peacock. That's a lot of good names and a couple of heavy hitters of the points that make potentially run on the outside of the top 3 because we have the white flag going out over the speedway. One more trip around the 3/4 mile flat big track in Lakeland, Florida. The weather has been perfect all night long. The track has been terrific. And can anybody take down the Slayer up front? The 926 of Barrett Bishop. He's in turn 3 and 4. Surratt with one more last Hail Mary down low. Can he make it work? No, sir. Barrett Bishop, tonight's big winner. Here in Lakeland, Florida, Kyle Surratt will grab 2nd. Salter for 3rd. Revis will hold on for 4th. Taylor Frost will be 11th starting spot. He will finish up in the top 5. Alex Brewer will grab position 6. Josh Peacock, our points leader, he'll lose a little tonight. He'll finish up 7th. Josh Ely 8th. Marcus Brown, a good night. He gets a top 10. He'll finish 9th. David Blackberg, an off night for the 16. He'll get a top 10. Travis Montgomery will get 11th with John Wilson and Daniel Worthington rounding out our 13-car field from the Lakeland, Florida U.S. International Speedway. We're going to head over to Discord. We'll hope you'll join us as well on the BladeNote.com post-race show coming at you next. All right, time for the post-race show here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, presented by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. You need web hosting, a VPS server, dedicated server. Look no further than the good gang over at BladeNode.com. Use promo code BLADE10, get 10% off your first subscription. Once again, check out BladeNode.com. Post-race show here for the Southern Dirt Racing Series, presented by Milder Media and Design. Tonight's big winner with the 926 is Barrett Bishop. Second for Kyle Surratt, and our third place finisher. Good to see racing Jason Salter back on the podium here at Full Velocity. Jason with car number 10. A good run for you, man. I'll tell you what, for a little while, I thought you were going to be enough to wear out Kyle and Barrett. You know you wore out Jim behind you, but I thought you had a car worthy of the win, dude. Tell us about your run.
Yeah, the car was really good most of the race. And I just didn't run good enough to pull off a win or nothing. It was fast the whole time. I could keep right there with him, but just couldn't do nothing with him.
Looked like the racetrack stayed in really good shape, but it seemed like for a race at USA, you know, you guys could really stay side by side for a while, but really looked like it was really difficult to pass. I don't know if the inside lane didn't come in all that we kind of thought it would, or the slider line never really came in. Did it feel like, I mean, you guys were 2 lanes wide, but it was really hard to gain an inch down.
Yeah, you either had to have it pinned right down there on the grass or right against the wall, or sometimes you can make the slider line work, but it was mostly one of the two.
Kind of weird. This place usually makes some really good racing, but you guys, one hell of a job. 2 yellows and 45 laps. That is never a bad night with all you guys out here racing. Respect, clean as could be. What we expect from you, Jason. It's awesome to hear your voice again, dude. It's certainly been a while. I think you remember how the next bit works. So I'm going to give you the mic one more time. Give a shout out to all the great teammates and team you have behind you.
So I like to thank X9 Motorsports, Bulletproof, Trash Fanographics, Full Velocity Racing Network. And we've had a bunch of trials and tribulations here recently, and a lot of people are irritated with us, but hopefully we can start getting some good finishes, start getting some wins.
Well, they always tell me you put yourself in position, good things may happen. That's our third place finisher tonight with car number 10, racing Jason Salter. We'll let him go, and we'll take the further down here. We get the group of team down here, I say. Kyle Surratt with car number 18 up next. And Kyle, a great run for you on a racetrack. But I always peg you to be down low. And if I remember you saying, didn't you say they were going to be chasing you tonight? What we doing in second?
Well, you know, I messed up a little bit early on in the race. I went up there to run that cushion in 3 and 4, and with the springs that I run, anytime I get up on a cushion, the car gets real tight, and allowed Barrett to get under me and take us 3 wide there, and he was able to get by and go on to the win. So if I'd have just done a little bit better job, this racetrack was very racy tonight, but at the same time, it was also hard to pass. You had to hit your line just right, and I let him get by me, and that was just enough. I think I had a little bit faster race car than him, but I just couldn't do nothing with him.
All right, so maybe the most pressing question we're going to have all night long, and this is insight you're only going to get here at Full Velocity. Kyle, what did that poor cone do to you? You wore out that cone on the inside all night long. Is there no respect for the...
You know, the best thing I can say is there's some racetrack to be had right there, and there's some speed to be gained by hitting that cone. So I guess we don't want to get hit. Maybe they ought to just not keep putting it back there every lap.
I'm going to tell you, that's a great answer. If you don't want them down there, folks, don't put Uke tires. Old Jump those two. Put a wall. Poor cone.
I feel sorry for that guy that has to run out there and put that cone back every lap. You know what I mean?
It's probably Glen Hill, too. Probably one of the guys all out of breath. Poor guy. Throwing the thing back out there, dive out of the way. But Kyle, a good sport as always, bud. A second place finish. Your turn to take the microphone and thank all the great folks out.
Of course, we got to start off by thanking myself for putting this deal together. All my teammates over at Bulletproof Motorsports, real good group of guys to race with there. Jason Salter and X91 Motorsports. This is kind of a hybrid, something that he did and I tweaked on a little bit. Got to thank TNT Autosource for continuing to be on his car. I got to thank, Josh Peacock, JP Designs for this awesome looking spec map car. Give a shout out to J Max. Go over there to Facebook, Jonathan's Journey. Check them out over there. I thank Tubbs and Glad Hill for putting this deal on for us to race on Monday nights, and last but not least, you guys for doing this great broadcast.
Well, we're glad you guys enjoy it. I'm a fan of this guy right here. I dig guys that have the balls, put number 18 on the side of their car. That's why we're always good at self-promote machines to do that. Kyle Surratt tonight, second place finisher here at the U.S. International Speedway. Let's walk down here to BladeNote.com Victory Lane, where once again we find our old friend, Mr. Barrett Bishop, down here in the winner's circle. And dude, I gotta say, we had some fast hot rods out here tonight, but dude, this thing was badass fast. Where are you getting that horsepower from?
Hell, don't ask me. I don't know, it just slicked off. This stuff, they slick it off a little bit, and it just fits me.
I tell you what, the more slick these racetracks get, the faster and faster your car gets. And how much is running out there? I've seen you a lot. I mean, we've seen you all kind of disciplines. We've seen you on pavement. We've seen you out dirt. The super late models doing a hell of a job. How much of the experience of these race cars helping you in these low-powered street stocks when the tracks get really slick, how they did here tonight?
I feel like running a little bit of everything helps, especially the supers when it gets so slick that kind of teaches you throttle control, and I feel like it helps out here.
Do we have a Barrett Bishop driving school that I could possibly attend to figure out how to even exit pit road? Maybe make one lap remotely.
I mean, we can do it.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to start that because this guy wins a lot of races. Guy's getting a really big name for himself. Barrett, congratulations, dude. I always make fun of you guys, of course. Here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, the win here in Lakeland on a Monday night. Take the floor, buddy. Thank all the great team and crew and team, whoever else is.
You think HRE, Team Friday, Throttle Access, Road Transportation, Motor Media Design, y'all putting on a broadcast.
All right, there he is. The guy has short words. Why I asked him an extra question there. He's a good sport. Great guy. Barrett Bishop, tonight's big winner here in U.S. International Speedway. That'll do it for us here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. For all the gang over here, Justin Gledhill, Charlie Miller do an awesome job. Got to thank them. Got to thank, of course, Miller Media and Design. Got to thank, of course, our great sponsors here before we get off the air. Team Hard Motorsports, iRacingIFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, JMax Journeys, BladeNote.com, the South Texas Speedway, Miller Media and Design, Sheffield Graphics, Trash Panda Graphics, 3D Racing, the Pit Pass by Katie, JP Designs, the Cyber Thunder Racing League, iRacing Dirt Painters, and the TDR Racing League for Jack Truin, Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, and the rest of the crew here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. I am Phil Lacasse. Have a great night. We'll see you back here Wednesday night with a round of Wednesday night street fights with Dirt Warrior Racing League. Good night, everybody.